Hello, my name is Jeff, and this is a review of Vivint Solar. My parents are 6 houses up. They went solar about a year ago. That's kind of what got me interested in the program, and they chose to go with a smaller local company, which is fine. We ended up going with Vivint in part because one of the pitches that they give you is that you have to have a broadband internet connection to go with Vivint because the system is constantly being monitored. The system is here at the house. The mothership for me is in Lehigh, which is about 25 miles away. So I'm right down the street, literally in the grand scheme of things, from the headquarters of Vivint Solar. Great. So if there's a problem, the system phones the mothership. The mothership calls me and says, "Hey, we're seeing an issue. When can we come out and take a look at it?" That's a big plus. We spend a lot of time away from the home, out of the city, whatever, and not having to constantly monitor this thing was actually a really big part of it. If our neighbor's pool cover blows up over 3 or 4 panels, they're watching it panel by panel. They can go, "Hey, panels 21 to 25 are down. Let's schedule an appointment to go out and find out." I'm pretty handy. If they call me and say there's an issue with 3 panels, I can run up on the roof and see, yep, there's a pool cover. Don't worry about it. If it's a bigger issue, they come out and deal with it. So that was a really big part of this. Turns out that's not exactly the way it works. So we had the system installed. I think it was August. August went great, September went great, and then all of a sudden I got busy and forgot to check the phone app for production. Sure enough, look at my phone, system's been down for a week. And we purchased our system. We didn't do the power purchase agreement, so we're on the hook for the payment whether the system works or not, because it's a bank loan. They don't care whether the system works or not. That's not what they agreed to do. They gave us money, we paid Vivint, and now the problem is with Vivint. So I call Vivint and say, "Hey, the system hasn't been producing for a week." And the guy, who's very nice, goes, "Oh, yeah, you're right. It's been down since last Tuesday," or whatever the date was. So they scheduled a technician to come out. It was a day or so. It wasn't very long. And they give you a window like the cable company, and they'll be here between 11 and 2. Okay. So 2:30 rolls around. I still haven't heard from the guy. They give me his contact info, so I called him and said, "Hey, what's the story?" He said, "I'm really sorry. I'm in Logan. Logan's a couple of hours from here." He said, "The system that I worked on this morning was a real bear to troubleshoot. I've got that fixed. I'm headed your direction, but I'm probably going to hit rush hour traffic. Probably not going to be there before 4 o'clock. Okay, so now I call the boss and go, "Look, I'm sorry, but I can't come into work at all today because this guy's not going to make it in time." And about 4:30, he shows up all frazzled. Nice guy, really apologetic. It wasn't his fault. But in the course of our conversation, I find out that there are 2 service technicians for the state of Utah. The other guy was in St. George, which was 3 or 4 hours south of here. Now, one guy in the north end of the state, one guy at the south end of the state. Guess what? Nobody to take care of me, who's, relatively speaking, in the middle. So this is a problem. This is a problem for several reasons. Let's do a little bit of math. Vivint's been in business since 2011. They claim that they have helped 175,000 families go solar. They're in about 25 states. So you divide the 175,000 by 25 states by 8 years, and you're looking at 70 to 75 customers per state per month are signing up to go solar. If there's a natural disaster event, a hailstorm, which we get here because we live right at the base of the mountains, if there's a windstorm, we get 70 to 80 mile an hour winds coming out of the canyon mouth, and we're right up against the mountains. If there's a major event, it will be months or years until these 2 guys can take care of the problem. Now, one of the other reasons that we went with Vivint is because they say we're a vertically integrated company. Everybody that touches your system is a full-time Vivint employee. They're Vivint trained, they're full-time Vivint employees, they've got a badge, they've got a truck. That's a big deal. I don't want the local company, the local solar company, to subcontract fixing the system to Bob's Taco Shop and use solar system installations. That's not what I want. I want certified, qualified, vetted people coming to my home to stomp around on my roof. We have a membrane roof, not shingles. It's a lot more delicate. This is not a small thing. It's another reason why we went with Vivint, because they're vertically integrated. Well, now all of a sudden I find out that if there's a major weather event, we're screwed. We're going to have to continue to make the payments, and we're just going to have to sit and wait until Vivint gets around to us. Now, all that being said, there's an additional level that takes into account. I used to work for Vivint. I was in their sales department. They just built a brand new building. They've got a whole floor that they're opening up to improve, to produce more sales. In my entire time with Vivint, I never saw anything that said they were working hard to improve their production staff or their maintenance staff. When you go solar, there are a bunch of steps. First of all, you do the sales process. Yes, I want to buy the system, kind of like buying a car. Yep, I want to buy the system. You get approved for the loan or for the program. And then somebody comes out to the house and they do a complete inspection of the home, take a whole bunch of measurements, make sure that the panels will fit on the roof according to the local building codes, fire codes, etc. Then all that paperwork gets sent to permitting. And then the permitting sends a packet to the local permitting office, whoever that is, wherever that is, to get approval to put the system on. Once the system is approved, you schedule the installation. Once that's done, everybody sits and waits for the local inspectors from the city and from the power company to come out, verify that everything is done A, correctly, and B, exactly the way they said it was in the permit packet. Then you get the permission to turn the system on. For us, it took about 3 months. I personally had a customer that took 7 months because we kept screwing up the permit packet. There multiple people sitting around me had multiple problems with permit redesigns. Oh, sorry, this isn't right, that's not right, we've got to resubmit it, we've got to redo it. And the frustration level with the sales staff was getting higher and higher and higher because they're pushing for more sales, they're raising our minimum requirements, and yet there's nothing being said in the company about taking care of the back end of the sale after the sale, let alone after the installation. So this is a big problem, and the company is pushing to grow the business and add states and add complexity with no indication at all that they're adding more technicians, let alone here in Utah where they have only 2. There's another level to this in addition to that, and that is back in the fall, right around Thanksgiving, I got a terrible infection and ended up having to have open heart surgery. And obviously that took me out of the workplace for quite a while. Vivint held my job until I got back after the surgery, and then decided that my numbers were not going to be able to come up far enough in a quick enough time period to hold my job. So Vivint and I decided mutually with my boss and my boss's boss that they were going to have to let me go. And I'm okay with that. I understand where they're coming from. I was actually happy to go that route because I was no longer enamored with the company. And I found out today that they're denying my unemployment insurance, saying that I left of my own accord voluntarily. This is after my boss and my boss's boss came to me and said, hand me your badge, clean out your desk. You're done, okay? So not only is Vivint not taking care of their customers, they don't even take care of their employees. And that's really disheartening. The people that I worked with were fabulous. My boss, my boss's boss, the salespeople around me, the company is in the middle of a huge growth event, and they just can't deal with their own success. And so this is a huge problem for me to recommend Vivint Solar, because I know what's going to happen to them. They're going to pay more for their system than they could get it locally. They're going to get terrible service before the sale. They're not going to get any service after the sale. And because of that, I decided to make this video. So that's my story. That's my history with Vivint. If you're looking to go solar, please take this under advisement before you make that decision. And wish you the best of luck. Thanks for watching.